Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordamt. We are gonna continue our adventures in Pathfinder Kingmaker. So, we are back at Oleg's. I had actually forgotten to speak with Mr. Jod Kafpen.
May I serve you?
And again, I'm mostly gonna skip over all of this. What services do you offer?
That's why
The
I'm
visions.
here. Find the Temple of the Elk. I've pieced together its...
Yeah, I know that, but
How may I serve you?
not about yourself.
My led by Providence.
Let's
I
go
left
for
it
lawful neutral,
imagined.
shouldn't matter too much.
For me, as you wish. Of course.
Okay, tell me about
that
Era Steel.
The word, I see it more clear. I am happy to...
Okay, so what I really want from this guy is scrolls, assuming he has what I need. And what I need is... I want 2 delay poison communal. And this is something that you don't really do when you're starting out the game, at least, you know, preemptively, as you do not know what's gonna come up ahead. But just know that delay poison communal is like one of the best spells you can get. I'm even gonna take 3, just because I have some money and might as well. It can come in handy. I also need protection from fire communal. I'm just trying to think if I need 1 or 2. I think 1 is probably enough. I'm not that rich, so we need to take some care here. And I think that this is all I really need. I will say that for safety purposes, I might just take another one. They aren't... Wait, what did I take? Oh, no, not protection. I want resist. It's cheaper, and for the purposes I need, it does the same thing. Okay, so 2 protection from resist fire communal and 3 delay poison communal. These should be enough for what we need. Let me just check. Blindness, curses, sonic, electronic, prayer, neutralize, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. No, we are good to go with these.
I can see my destination.
So we are going to continue our journey. And hopefully I can get a level. It's gonna take some time, but because I want to fix the mess I made with my spell selection. I'm very ashamed about that. But okay, we are gonna go over here to the Fangberry cave, take care of this. Is this a book event? No, it's not. I think this is something I don't want to deal with yet. Yeah, no. Okay, I actually didn't know that I could do this. Okay, that was not my intent. But there is an enemy there, I believe it's a wyvern. And I don't really... No, not a manticore, maybe? I don't want to fight it just yet. But I got some stuff by accident, actually. Like a scimitar +1 and a wand of grease. Sure, I'll take it.
Focus on the goal.
So, we are coming to this location to do Bokken's quest to get the Fangberries. And it's actually one of the reasons why I wanted at least one of those delay poison scrolls. I could have probably made it work with just simple delay poison, not needing communal. But it costs a little bit more, but it's more quality of life. I don't have to worry about my other characters, so it should be fine. There are some monitor lizards here. And as we saw in a previous random encounter, those guys can poison your party. So by using this, we now get delay poison on everyone for 1 hour, which means we are effectively immune to poison for this duration. And this makes the next areas a lot smoother. I'm not sure if I should be taking Lindsay with me still, but why not? Okay.
Done with waiting.
Take a shield of faith. And I think that's really all that I need. I suppose you can take your mutagen as well. And we can go in. Okay, so 2 monitor lizards. You can go in, you can go in, you can go in.
I will not falter.
Okay, Amiri is actually on a good place. Yeah, gangsta. Okay, I'm gonna pick up some items here. Skin these and carry on. If you can keep the enemies attacking the pet, in case you have a pet, you don't really need the delay poison, but again, it's just so nice to have that
I can see.
I don't really find a reason to not do
Does
it.
anyone require my
I'm gonna
counsel?
place some light on Valerie here, just so we can see a little bit better. And, I mean, we don't need a lot more than what we currently have. I guess I might give Shield of Faith and a Bless. Okay, and now we can move in.
Well,
Our time has come.
Combat is adjourned.
Okay, Amiri, careful. Okay, we have enemies coming in from all sides, but they're only focusing on our tanks, which is what we want. Perfect. Okay. And just like the monitor lizards, these spiders can poison you, which is very annoying because it drains your stats. And that's not something that you can clear up very easily. So the best way to actually handle it is just to become immune to it. And this is true for a lot of things in this game. Why bother having to deal with consequences of poisons and diseases and whatnot
Without a doubt.
if you can just become immune to it? Okay, there is... I get a feeling that more are going to spawn here.
What troubles you?
So we're gonna sing. Okay, and we're gonna focus this one here.
don't hesitate. What you want?
Okay,
Never stop learning.
Stand with me.
okay. They're still going for the front line. Okay, Amiri, don't. Thank you. God damn it. He had to go this way, didn't he? Okay, let's see if we can focus this guy. And you come over here to bless everybody with a song.
You deserve
Well, not
it.
bless, but buff. Good job. Okay. And this is essentially the Fangberry cave done.
My destination.
This is all we need to do. There are some other enemies over there. And I haven't done that area in so long, I don't even know what it contains. But having to deal with swarms at this point in the game is just not something I want to deal with. Amiri, you can do this. Come on, nature check. Failed.
Work done.
Good job.
There are many roads.
So, if you remember what Bokken said when we got the quest initially, he did say that you had to do this quickly. Otherwise, the Fangberries can go bad. And that is true. If you come over here and you pick up the berries and you go and quest somewhere else or just travel around the world, before you go to him, they will go bad and the quest does not count. You will have to come back here and pick them up again. Which is something that we don't want to do, naturally. So let's go back over there. I gotta make myself a mental note that I need to go to the Endless Plains eventually, even though it says I've already been there.
I can see my destination.
And I'm actually gonna go somewhere else before I go to... the tree place. The old sycamore. Maybe. Okay, so what do you need them for? Truth be told, as I've gotten older, I've gotten kind of particular, and my appetite is almost gone. Everything I eat is practically tasteless to me now. I can barely force myself to swallow a bite. Only thing I can still taste is Fangberries, so I add them to my porridge or to roasted meat. Bless you. I even add them to my potions. When I ran out of Fangberries, I stopped eating entirely. Svetlana tried to help me, the dear. She baked pies for me, cooked me fish soup and stewed venison, but I just couldn't eat any of it. I was desperate. Those damn spiders had sucked the last bit of joy out of my life. If not for you, I'd pretty much have starved to death, miserable to the end. Kind of a random thing, but okay. I don't remember if I've completed my quest here. Ah, I hadn't, so here's your ring. A lot of text. Is there something here worth noting? Yeah, she's talking about Kressel. So Kressel, the bandit we spoke to, wasn't her real name. Her real name was Irena before all this. She was the daughter of my mother and her second husband, my half-sister. I can't help but feel like everything that happened to her was my fault. She always had a wildness to her. She'd wandered the streets hanging out with a bad crowd until the day she passed. Mother complained about Irena constantly. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so she got involved with a rough crowd, but we got her back. Okay, so let me just look at my quests to see how I actually want to do this. Tusk Gutter I'm gonna do for later. I'm just thinking if I want to go for the Temple of the Elk first, or to explore the old Sycamore first. And I think I'm going to go for the Temple of the Elk first. So first we have to go there. Okay. There's also some things we can pick up along the way. So let's do this.
A rest would be welcome.
Okay, so let's rest. Everything is fine. Begin resting. And I think I'm gonna take my character out of his role and add him for more stealth checks. Because getting ambushed is never pleasant. It's the one thing that I truly dislike in this game. There is someone on the road. Who could it be? Technic League's mage. A group of well-armed fighters approaches. One of them raises their voice, pointing at you. Hey you, stop right there. Kalana, look at this one. Will he do? The group's leaders laser cold and watchful eyes upon you. This one, I suppose, but I don't like his snout. She studies your companions, carefully but nonchalantly, as if examining goods at the market. Listen, you tramps, we're from the Technic League. The Technic League is a group of arcanists and other lore seekers obsessed with unlocking the mysteries of the Silver Mount, an ancient alien artifact that crashed long ago near the Numerian capital city of Starfall. Through their indirect control over the nation's ruler, the Black Sovereign Kevot Ku, the Technic League also has strong influence over the laws, policies, and economy of Numeria. Okay, interesting. Our slave died and we need a replacement. One of you will be coming with us. The rest of you are free to go. I advise against resistance. It would be a quick trick to kill every one of you. Choose now the one that you will give. Okay, so let's first see what we have here. None is an option, but not really a great one. What is this Technic League? One very serious organization from Numeria, people with whom you'd better not start a fight, and who you better not bother with foolish questions. Okay, so our options are lawful good, just attack, no negotiation with slavers, which is usually what I would like to do here. We have you sure can talk, let's how you fight. Yeah, so all of these are attack, but we're gonna explore this one. We can't handle this, there's too many of them, what are we going to do? No chains can hold me, I will go with them, break free, cut their throats and return, yes? Or you can track them. Your time is up. Let us avoid any needless complications. Which of you shall I take? And essentially, I think if I say take me, I believe they take Valerie, which is the one I want them to take. Let me test. Take me. You? No, I don't like you. I can read it in your snout. You're nothing but trouble. No, choose someone else. So yeah, in order to try and keep us safe, given that, again, we're playing in Last Azlanti, I think our best option is to go for the evil route here and say, Valerie, you will have to be patient, we will come for you. My life is in your hands, don't let me down. So yeah, we perform the neutral evil action. I will explain a little bit better why. Without even looking at you, Kalana's henchmen clap your companion in shackles and walk away. So the reason why we do this is because this fight is normally kind of tough. You have no buffs, you get no preparation for this fight, so you're always in a disadvantage. And in this case, particularly when we came here, it was during a thunderstorm, which basically means we cannot charge. Or if we can, it's very slow. I actually don't remember, but you move very, very slowly during a thunderstorm. And my usual strategy, if I want to fight them, is to have my front line occupy the fighters and have someone like a melee charge the back line and start killing the archers and the spellcasters. Since she wouldn't be able to do that, I just went for the safest route. And basically, if you're playing Last Azlanti, this is always the best choice for you. The insidious henchmen of the ominous Technic League have disappeared into the thick wilderness of the mysterious stolen lands, but not for long. Soon we'd be upon them. First, though, we'd have to pick up their trail. To do that, and what are our options here? We have knowledge, we have perception, we have lore nature. The hardest one is nature, but we only have +9. I'm gonna go for perception. We search for signs or trails that our abducted companion could have left for us. And we succeeded. Hooray for spycraft! Not far from the abduction site, we found a familiar token our companion must have dropped, and a little further along, a scrap of cloth, obviously torn off intentionally. Now, knowing which direction to search, let's see, this check actually went down. I think it's because we succeeded on the other one. We tried to find anyone who could have seen these despicable people. Okay, good roll. We rolled an 8, okay, not bad. The wilderness only seems deserted at first glance. Wandering around the area, we met a few mushroom gatherers and hunters, who told us where they'd seen our quarry. We hadn't discovered the exact position of their camp, but we were closing in. After this, and if you notice, for every one that we succeeded, this lore check decreased. So without searching for other ways to simplify our work, we followed the trail of the Technic League. Nice again. Rolled a 9. The henchmen of the ominous Technic League are truly insidious and the stolen lands a mysterious ticket. But true heroes think nothing of such things. We easily picked up the trail of those scoundrels and soon found their camp. Man, almost 1,000 experience, not bad. And we revealed the Technic League encampment. So let's get back our friend. So at this point, no, I'm gonna keep it like this. So where is it? It's far away, man. Yeah, but I'm gonna go there before we go anywhere else. I want Valerie with us. She is our friend. For some reason I had memory that the Technic League encampment was like around here or here.
A rest would be welcome.
Okay, so no cooking, just go for camouflage. That's what we really need. And you stay in watch order. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's go here. Okay. So I'm gonna turn this on again. Or turn this off. Because we're gonna be recruiting some people here and I also want Valerie to pick up some experience. And the reason why I usually pick Valerie is because she's mostly, for right now, a tank. But we have our pet. So what I really need here is honestly just maybe some spells for control and damage to kill the enemies, not necessarily someone to withstand damage. So now my formation got messed up because it swapped around, but we will do it like this. Okay. Let's stealth up. Okay, there's one guy over here already.
Without a doubt.
We'll kill him soon enough, don't you worry. Okay. So, let's buff up a little bit here. Protection on him. Protection on Amidi. Bless. Divine favor. Okay, not okay, that actually. Okay, we're good. Now you are going to drink a potion of enlarged person. Perfect.
Knowledge.
You can make yourself smaller. And once this lady gets in range, we're gonna charge and kill. Tiny person. The reason why I'm doing this is because reduced person also gives me a bonus to dexterity, which is quite nice. We have a +9, we see here. Base attack bonus +1, dexterity +6, size +1, morale +1. So every little thing stacks, every little thing helps.
I can see my destiny.
We have a swordsman here. Here's Valerie. The other one went away, so I think we can just charge this bitch here. Wait, no angle?
I'm listening.
Yeah, no angle, wait.
The times
Okay, we got found. Damn it.
Strike
Kill!
as one.
Okay, this bitch is coming in now. Who is she? She's going for me. That's not cool. Okay. She'll probably focus on Mr. Kitty now. And we will want to free Valerie and those other prisoners over there who we still don't know who they are. Let's actually do this. You three shoot over here. He's focusing on the kitty. Valerie, Amidi is freeing Valerie. Valerie is back with us. Awesome. Amidi, go free over there or just kill this one. I suppose that's even better. Okay, good. So everybody come back over here.
I will guide.
We are going to buff Valerie slightly. Okay. This got messed up again. Of course it did. Okay, so this is okay. You guys can stay like this. I know it's not pretty, but it does the job. Okay. Let's free them. And they are immediately going to start fighting, which is kind of dangerous, but it is what it is.
Here.
Okay, can you charge? Oh, come on. Okay, so sing.
Time to practice
Let's
my
go.
combat abilities.
And now what we want to do here basically is I'm gonna take my character, I'm gonna turn off the AI so he doesn't spend his round shooting. And I'm gonna try and disable some enemies here. And I'm going to try and have Amidi start killing the back line. Okay, we're gonna try and cast some sleeps here to help out. Amidi, come over here. Kill. Core dumped. Why are you going all the way around, man? I don't know. Okay, let's try and cast Grease on top of these guys. She got hit. Okay. Good Grease. Okay, she's casting Sleep. Cordampina is just shooting, which is what she wants to be doing. But I'm actually gonna buff Amidi here with a Blessing of the Faithful for some extra hit chance. Grease worked on their primary spellcaster, awesome. And Grease stacks, by the way. We can force them to make more saving throws by casting multiple Greases on the same spot. So we will do that. Okay, she got feared, that's mostly okay. Okay, dead. Let's be careful not to fall on the Grease. Good job. Okay, there we go. And we're fine now. Let's go for a hideous laughter. Okay, it's fine. Okay, cast another one. You can turn your AI back on and shoot.
comes to this.
He's going for Octavia, huh? Valerie. Can't intercept. Shame. Man, what's the will score on this guy? It's a +2. He saved both. Hideous Laughter is roll 17. Damn. Okay.
This is where I
There we go. Jesus. Kalana, so this is the leader of the group who ambushed us before and took Valerie. Kalana drops her weapon and raises her hands, which are covered in blood. Mercy, don't kill me. Regongar. The half-orc bears his fangs. That is how you talk now, wretch. I've wanted to do this for so long. He casts a spell on his outstretched palm, and sparks begin dancing upon it. The half-elf puts her hand on her shoulder. Regongar, come now, let her go. It's one thing to kill her in battle, but executing her unarmed, why spoil the joy of being free? Octavia, are you out of her mind? This filth is from the Technic League. By her own hand she enchained us. And you want to forgive her? Do you think she'll thank you? Ha! She'll just gather another band and try to catch us again. Okay, so before deciding her fate, I want to ask some questions. I will tell you everything. I know much. You will see. I am more used to you alive than dead. Okay, so let's learn about the Technic League. It is an ancient alliance of wizards and scholars of the Numerian wastelands and its technologies. We are the mightiest organization in the whole of Numeria. We possess powers that the uninitiated could only dream of, and our agents are everywhere, not just in Numeria. Believe me, these are not people you want as enemies. Only cowards with no honor reckon sheer power a good reason for an alliance. Is it normal for the Technic League to grab random people from the road to enslave them? Kalana shrugs. The Technic League is so strong because it is never ashamed of taking what it needs, whatever the laws may say. We are missing a slave. We underestimated you. That was a mistake, of course. I apologize. And what are you doing in this part of the world? I was sent by Maestro Janusz. He is a very important person and a mighty wizard who taught these two ungrateful slaves everything they know. He's talking about Regongar and Octavia. He will be furious to find out they are free, and will certainly find the one who stole the Technic League's property. Believe me, he does not need me for that. Whether you kill me or not, he'll find you in no time. You say this magistro guy of yours will find us anyway? Then I guess we don't get anything out of sparing you. You'd best not anger the maestro. If you kill me, he'll be furious. Oh, I'm so scared. You know, I actually like getting slavers and other assholes angry with me, then I get to cut them to pieces. Fair. Why did you have these two in chains? Because we own them. The Technic League spent vast sums of money on these two. We nurtured them, fed and treated them, even taught them magic for many years. They cost us a fortune, and we're not going to just set them free, whatever your local customs say. We are fully in our rights. Okay, so no more questions. Listen to me, do not make any hasty decisions. I am an important person in the Technic League. I have connections. You will benefit from such an ally. You see what a slime ball she is? Step aside, let me fry her. Okay, now we have a couple of options here. We can spare her life, which I'm not really a fan of. I don't like slavers at all. Lawful neutral, it's the right thing to punish your tormentor, kill her, Regongar. She pissed me off, I'll finish her myself. And just be evil. I want to practice carrying out public executions. Nah, let's go for it's the right thing to punish your tormentor, kill her, Regongar. The half-orc bears his fangs in a grin of triumph and raises his hand, lightning sparkling. I zap thee with my heart. And off he goes to fall on the grease soon. I didn't mean to spoil the victory, but on the other hand, she deserved it. Aha, we're free! I can't believe it! Free as the birds in the sky! Regongar holds Octavia tight and she laughs lightly and kisses him on the lips. Thank you! You've no idea how long we've tried to escape the Technic League. This is a miracle. Okay, so who are you? I am Regongar and this is Octavia. The rotten Numerian held us as slaves, but we are no mere scavengers. You see the crowd they had guarding us? It's because we use magic. And I'm not bad with a blade if it comes to that. They're alright. We could use them on our team. Okay, so we can ask again what the Technic League is and get their own viewpoint. A huge man-eating spider catching all of Numeria in its webs. They're a secret society of arcane spellcasters who study ancient technology. They have eyes and ears throughout this land and abroad. It is said they even have Kavot Kul in their pocket, the very sovereign of Numeria. They also control all the slave trade in the country. I've seen many a young treasure hunter's adventures in the slave market. Ugh, may the Technic League Roggen up Abaddon. There is nothing worse than a nation in which a secret or criminal organization has consolidated power. Even an openly cruel tyrant is better than the infection that festers in Numeria. Okay, so how are you captured? I've lost count of how many times we tried to escape. I can't name all the things we have tried, but we were caught every time. And then they just take us somewhere else. I don't know who'd want to buy us, but imagine how happy we were when we learned they were taking us to the river kingdoms where slavery is forbidden. Indeed, we tried so many times to escape, yet in the end the League itself brought us to the free lands. Under heavy guard, I'll grant you. If it wasn't for you, who knows where we'd go next? Okay. So yeah, you're good fighters, want to join my group? Of course. Octavia, what do you say? I would be happy to join you. And here we go. We have 2 new friends, which are leveled up to my current level. So we are going to ditch Lindsay, and we're going to take them both in. So, let's take a moment. Like I said, this guy just fell down.
I can see my destination.
And I was going to say, let's take a moment to free the prisoners over here. Or you can also talk to them, same thing. Okay, so you come over here. And while we wait for the grease to dissipate, which is one of the most annoying things in this game compared to Wrath of the Righteous, we are going to check out our new friends. So, Rigongar, he is an Eldritch Scion. This is a Magus class. What this means basically is that this guy is... If you think about Baldur's Gate, it's kind of like a fighter mage. He is proficient in combat, I would say. So he's like a martial character. But he also has some spellcasting abilities. But the main feature of the Magus class is that they can deliver touch attack spells in conjunction with the normal weapon attack. We are going to be using this here and there. For the most part, not so much, but when we need some extra burst, we are going to be using it. And Rigongar, he's actually going to be my second tank for the team. Because I do believe that having 2 tanks is a plus. We're also going to swap this, because this guy will need more AC than Amiri. Okay, that's perfectly fine. And Octavia, she is a wizard rogue. This character is actually somewhat similar to what our main character is doing, but she is a wizard instead of a sorcerer, and you know, her stats are somewhat different. She is also a capable arcane trickster, if you want to go that route, and she is kind of built for that, as you can see here. Her casting stat is pretty much maxed. She also has a lot of dexterity, which is also something that you want for an arcane trickster type of character. But she doesn't exactly do what we are going to be doing. But if you wanted an arcane trickster in your party, and you wanted it on a companion, story companion, she would fit that role. Something I forgot to say. So this guy is chaotic evil. He's an he is a half orc, which will prove problematic, I'm sure, eventually. I will explain why in a second. His stats are actually quite good. He has 19 strength, very, very good for an offensive martial character. 16 charisma, this is his casting stat. And he has kind of lowish dexterity. But he will provide tanking services mostly by way of magic spells. So he can buff himself. He's basically a sorcerer on top of kind of a fighter. He's not as good as a fighter in a fighter job, and he's not as good as a sorcerer doing a sorcerer's job, but he does like a fine martial character nonetheless. Let me see if I want something else here. I don't believe so. Our friend Cordampina also leveled up. Level 3 cleric. We're gonna do like this. And now in terms of in terms of feats, I actually have to think about this. Okay, so yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna have to think about what I'm going to do with this level up, as it takes some time. The same thing for my 2 new companions, and I will be right back once that is decided. Be right back. And I am back. So I had to consider what I was gonna pick here, mainly for my cleric, because I'm not really used to having a ranged cleric at all, and I had to think about what I was going for. So, in terms of skill points... Oh, by the way, I'm still gonna keep putting points in cleric. I believe she will mostly be a pure cleric. At most, if I ever were to give her some kind of multi-classing options, it would very likely be very, very late in the game. So I think she will just be a pure class. At level 3 we get something quite interesting, which is the Bonded Holy Symbol. A bonded object can be used once per day to restore any one spell that the Ecclesiarch has prepared for that day. What this basically means is you have kind of like an additional spell slot. We get an additional feat as well. Our points will continue going to nature, religion and perception. And as for our feats, so there's a lot to consider here. Selective Channel is not bad in case you want to heal in combat, so that you do not heal your opponents while also healing your own characters. I think it's a fair choice to make, but I don't think I want it right now. Weapon Focus, I don't think I'm gonna bother with this, because she's never really going to be dealing a lot of damage with her bow or her crossbow. I was also considering, where is it? Rapid Shot, which basically just means she can fire an additional arrow with a bow, so we would need to swap to bows, at the cost of a penalty of 2 to all of the attack rolls. Basically, since she's not going to get a lot of extra attacks due to low base attack bonus progression, this could help out having a little bit more in terms of attacks per round. In any case, I think I will go right now for Spell Focus Evocation, as there are some spells, some evocation spells in particular, which can be quite interesting and quite powerful. And on level 5, which is where we get another feat, we are going to get Archon's Aura, which is an evocation aura, a very powerful one that can help us out in many, many different ways. At level 2, in terms of spells, we have Sound Burst, which I'm not sure I'm going to be using. She's going to mostly be buffing the party, but still, if I want an evocation spell, it would help out here. So I'm going to go with Spell Focus Evocation, very likely Greater Spell Focus Evocation on level 5, and then I will consider other things. But this is mostly to have better use of Archon's Aura and other powerful evocation spells that we will also get down the line. So Spell Focus Evocation will be my choice here. We also gain access to level 2 spells, which is really cool. She is done. Looking at Octavia. It doesn't really matter because I don't plan on using her for very long, but in any case I will still build her for an Arcane Trickster. So she already has 1 point in Rogue, so she already has sneak attack from that, and we are now going to get Wizard levels for the purpose of having Arcane spells level 2. So, Wizard 2, she has a lot of skill points to assign, so I'm gonna go for mainly Trickery, Stealth. She could probably do with some Perception as well, but I guess I can keep going for these, just also for the purposes of the Arcane Trickster prerequisites. Let me refresh my memory. This is 4 that's necessary, yes. Okay, so she is good that way. As for her level 3 feat, she has Point Blank Shot, she has Spell Focus in Transmutation, which can be used to a good effect with certain spells, especially slow. But right now, as with everybody else that's shooting from behind, we are going to go for Precise Shot to remove the penalty of shooting into melee. In terms of spells, what do we want? This is level 1 spells. What does she have currently? She has Enlarge, which is cool, Expeditious, Mage Armor, Magic Missile. So basically, what does she really need? I could give her Hurricane Bow and possibly Reduce Person. I could also give her Grease to help out on, you know, control purposes. But I think that for that, my Sorcerer will take care of that job. At least for right now. Just thinking. I'll actually pick Grease because I think it's easier to find Reduce Person scrolls. Okay, so Hurricane Bow to increase damage from her shots, and Grease. Not likely I will be using this very often, but it's still a good enough choice. And for Mr. Rigongar, we are going to keep putting points into his Magus class. We want to buff mobility for the same reason as Valerie or any person in melee that you want to have some kind of tanking or off-tanking duty. So, points there. And now what we have? We have a Magus Arcana and we have a feat. This guy starts with combat casting, which doesn't really do much for us. And not much else. So this guy, I think probably what you would want is dodge, and from Magus Arcanas I would want Arcane Accuracy. Can expend 1 point from his Arcane Pool as a swift action to grant himself an Insight bonus equal to his Charisma bonus on all attack rolls until the end of his turn. This is quite handy. But let me check, I had made a note here. Right, so I was basically just confirming, and yes, we are gonna give him dodge right now because we want to start working towards Crane style. Because again, he is going to be tanking. So here we're gonna take dodge, here we're gonna take Arcane Accuracy, and that's his level up. In terms of spells, he already comes with some handy defensive spells in the form of Mage Armor, Shield, and also Shocking Grasp for what I spoke about before. A touch attack delivered in conjunction with a weapon strike. And I think he can help buff himself with Enlarged Person, because we will likely also want him to be enlarged for a good portion of the time. Because I want him to tank, but I don't really want him to be our main tank. So yeah, I do like this selection. In terms of bloodline spells, yeah, he gets Mage Armor, so we're fine with our choices. Large person. And that is his level up done. So the reason why I said that being a half-orc could give us some problems while playing is that half-orcs have a particularly annoying feature or special ability, if you want to call it. Let me just see if I can find it here. It doesn't say here, I don't think. This one? This one. When a half-orc is brought below 0 hit points but not killed, he can fight on for 1 more round as if disabled. At the end of his next turn, unless brought to above 0 hit points, he immediately falls unconscious. So why is this very, very annoying, even though it might seem useful? Because if a character is brought to 0 hit points, like it says over there, they fall unconscious. Which means they are out for the rest of the fight. But then if anybody heals them up, they will just come back up and continue on. However, if their hit points go to a certain negative amount, and right now I believe it's... I'm not sure if it's their constitution score or something like that, I never remember. But if they go to a certain negative amount of hit points, they will actually die. And they will require something like a Raise Dead scroll to bring them back. And those, again, they are not easy to come by. They are very expensive to purchase from a cleric. They cost expensive reagents from a cleric as well in your party. So having somebody die is never a good thing. And that's usually what that feature does, is make him get killed. There will be times where he doesn't go down and maybe his extra round of being up plus some heals may prove useful, but it is so rare that it actually works out that I never consider it a bonus. It's always been awful for me. In any case, we got one of these, let's give it to her. We also get the headband of vast intelligence, which is naturally going to go for Miss Octavia here. And we got the Wand of Expedition Retreat. Greece doesn't really matter. Anything that I might want to equip or take care of here? No. Oh, I was talking about being easy to find scrolls of Reduced Person. There we go. She can now learn the spell. Let's prepare her spell book. So currently she has Snowball and she has Color Spray. I'm gonna swap this around. Okay, for now she can stay like this, because if we get ambushed along the way, I want to have spells prepared. So I will basically swap them when we go for the next rest. Okay, so keeping to the plan, we are going to go to the abandoned hut. This will progress the Temple of the Elk quest, which is what I want. And this is the part of the map that I don't like. Even though it's really cute and well done, this whole thing with the map, sometimes it just takes so long to move from one place to the other that it gets really annoying. Okay, so we're all fatigued, we're gonna rest, and this is the proper time for me to take care of this. I will remove Color Spray. I'm just thinking, I want to give Mage Armor to my pet, and probably to her as well. But to her is not really that necessary for right now. So I will take one Grease for the purposes of control, and then I'm gonna go for Magic Missiles for, you know, guaranteed damage. You also have Mage Armor, which means you can also put it on yourself and put it on her and even on myself if I want to. Okay, this seems fine. Ah, your spells, nearly forgot. Okay, so for our domain slots, I wish I had this at will, but I don't, sadly. I am gonna put Barkskin here, because it's always a very useful spell to have. And other than that, I can go for something like Bull Strength to buff Amiri's combat prowess, and the same thing for Rigongar. I could go for Sound Bursts, which could also help. Remove Paralysis, also helpful, but not that much over here. Okay, let's play around with some stuff. I'm gonna have some buffing capabilities for Mr. Rigongar and Amiri, and I'll take a Sound Burst because it's fun. And since I'm keeping her ranged, she gets to use more of these kinds of spells. If she were melee, which is usually what I go for, because I do believe that melee clerics are more effective, because they have a lot of auras that only work in close proximity to the enemies. But since we're playing her as ranged, we get to cast some nukes. And if, you know, if somewhere down the line I feel like a ranged cleric is not really what I need, I can just hire another merc and convert her into a melee role. Okay, so these are done. We can now rest. In terms of our roles, Octavia actually has a very nice stealth score, so she can be our camp camouflage duty. We can have Rigongar over here because he has intimidating posture. It will basically mitigate getting ambushed. I can go... no, I don't do anything there. Okay, so yeah. We have perception. This doesn't matter for right now. Stealth and lore. Actually, just go here. I just don't want to get ambushed. That's the main thing. Okay.
We're a strange group. More like a handful.
Okay, good. Good. Okay. To the abandoned hut we go. that's what I was talking about, this rain effect.
Destination.
Heavy rain reduces visibility, resulting in a -6 penalty on perception checks and a 20% chance to miss on all range attacks due to concealment. Okay, but I think I can still charge.
There are many roads to success.
Let's get some herbs. I may need to realign my party. Yes, Octavia in the front is not what we want. Okay. I think I like this spread. So something like we have you and you in the front, because you are both quite capable. You can stay closely behind. You can go over here. And you three can go like this. Sure. Before I forget, let me also put some stuff over here, because this is relevant. We can start counting the times where I press these spells by accident, because I'm used to swapping to moving the camera, to rotating the camera in Wrath of the Righteous, and the keybinds are Q and E, and it doesn't work here naturally, but it will happen for sure. This can go over there, and you can turn this on. And what I was talking about was this guy can cast touch attacks with his melee weapon swing, but that comes at a penalty. But that's not really the main issue here. The thing is that if you have spell combat enabled, and I'm just trying to make sure I'm looking at the right one. Cast a touch attack, free. Yeah, okay, I think it's this one. If you have this one enabled, your character will be using his weapon on only a single hand. I don't know if I can see it right now. Basically, we can see here 1d6 plus 5. But if we turn this off, it's 1d6 plus 7. Because if you have spell combat enabled, by default, he will always be using his weapon on a single hand. If you have a one-handed weapon equipped and nothing on the other hand, your character can actually wield it with both hands, and it adds his strength bonus. It multiplies the strength bonus to damage by 1.5. So for most cases when I'm not using touch attacks, it's better to have this off. If I really want to use a lot of touch attacks in a given round, I will just activate this and use my touch attacks. Just explaining why that will be off. I still keep this on because it doesn't make a difference, and it also allows me to cast a touch attack without any major problems for the most part.
Our time has come.
Okay. So you, what are you using? You are using a short bow. This is just strictly better. Okay. And I guess we can do something like this. Okay.
Together we stand.
I'm restless.
Let's carry on. Yeah, so here we can see that there's somebody getting tortured by his father. We'll soon learn who that person is. The staircase decayed and collapsed long ago. It can't be climbed.
Focus on the goal.
Rotten wooden racks, long ago used for drying herbs, and these have a few things. Nothing major.
I can see
We
my
can come down
destination.
here where we're gonna fight some wolves. Let me see. Information updated. What are they? They have 20 AC, which is a bit, plus 6 to attack, and I'm guessing that they can trip their opponents. Okay. So let's just
Let us not
briefly
hesitate.
buff here. Barks can actually last a long time, so you can put it on a pet.
A reckoning is at hand.
What about your spells? Didn't forgot. So I want that there. Or something like this. Okay, perfect. So you can put mage armor on the
I
pet,
stand ready.
bark skin on the pet,
Done with waiting.
and shield of faith on the pet. Let's see how he's looking. He's looking at 30 AC, which is quite lovely,
I am your shield.
compared to Valerie, which is at 24.
Without a doubt.
Okay, my friends, let's
I am yours
fight.
to command.
Can charge from here.
To victory!
Okay. So, even though Rigongar will be our off-tank, he's gonna do it not quite yet. So for now, I just want to have Valerie, you know, take the focus. Okay, you can come over here.
I've got you.
You can actually keep shooting that, that's fine. Let's turn this on. Good job. Okay. We can turn the song off. Something I have to check. So they gave me
What's that thing?
22 experience. Because I don't remember how this works compared to Wrath of the Righteous, because when you have 6 people in the party in Wrath of the Righteous, it doesn't matter if you have shared experience or not enabled, but I think here it might. I told you to prepare everything for the ritual. You will never give me orders again. What? And notice his helmet. Well then, summon your power, or maybe you'd like to try the acid? I'm not your slave any longer. Not your toy. Not your son. Enough, I won't kill you. Your powers will be of use to me. From now on, you will do as I say. You speak when I say, and I couldn't read the rest. Disobedience leads to punishment, always. So yeah, he's the Stag Lord. We're seeing,
Focus on the goal.
you know, past memories from him and his father. Get some items.
I've broken a nail.
God damn it, she missed. Okay, let me see if I can do it with my main character.
I need to concentrate.
Yeah, nice.
There are many rooms.
It would be helpful if the game told me they were
I
locked.
have been waiting for you. The flowers, birds, and wind told me you would come. Oh, my poor flowers. They will perish before long in this fog.
It seems that only you can see or hear the nymph.
There was a guy in my tribe. Kept walking around listening to voices. After a while, they told him to jump off a cliff. Be careful what you listen to.
Okay, so... Tell me about yourself. I would like to know more about my ally.
Do you really wish to know? Fine. I'll tell you a fairy tale. Once upon a time, there lived a young nymph. She lived in an enchanted forest, where 1,000 birds sung day and night, where the sun often left a spark or two hanging in the tree crowns, and where the starlight fell on sleepy glades like a glowing soft haze. The young nymph loved simple things, like sitting by the stream with her friends, braiding each other's hair and adorning their braids with crystals made of dew, or watching the flowers blooming. But inside her soul, the young nymph dreamed of something more.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, dreams. Nothing in any world can live without them. Even a seed that falls in fertile soil cannot sprout without the dream of the sun. The same was true for our nymph. She wished to turn her enchanted forest into a true fairy tale kingdom and fill it with thousands of wonders. But plans so ambitious rarely go unnoticed by greater powers. Those greater powers decided to punish the nymph for her boldness. They sent a horrible monster to poison the enchanted forest and kill the singing birds. The nymph was forced to flee, and finally she found shelter here in the stolen lands. Here she hoped to sprout the seeds of a new dream, even as she mourned the dream she'd lost. But then the magic mist appeared, killing everything that lived. And the nymph cast about, desperately searching for help. So far, these are the fairy tale's final words. But I hope this is not the end just yet.
Okay. So let's see if she doesn't go on too long. But this is relevant because she's a main part of the story. Would you be willing to share the details of your story about these evil powers, the enchanted forest, the monster?
One day, perhaps I will tell you more. But it doesn't matter now. We need to concentrate on the problems at our doorstep. The Stag Lord, the Druid, the Mist.
Okay, well, I had a strange vision, a young man and an old druid who tortured him. Then they exchanged roles.
Yes. The soil, water, and stones here are infused with toxic pain and fear. They poison this place as we speak. You have seen where your enemy's journey began. The one called Stag Lord was once the victim of a cruel madman, and has since become one himself. You see now how monsters are born. But what comes of regret for a thing you cannot change? There is no time to be lost. We must do away with the fog quickly.
Okay, so tell me what to do next.
Search the area around the hut. Try to find anything that remained of the druid who lived here. I am sure the fog is his doing. This suffocating veil is as vicious as his nature. We should learn more about the fog and the ritual through which it was created. Return to me if you find anything. The past may hide the answers that shape the future.
Okay, well, I'll return later. Farewell.
I will be waiting.
Okay, so we got some backstory from the Guardian of the Bloom. I don't know if I saw this. A small deserted timber shed. Okay. And we're actually quite close to ending this area. But I'm guessing there will be some more dialogue, so I think I will just leave that for the next episode. We're a bit over time right now. But yeah, I mean, this episode was eventful. We took care of the Technic League ambush and Technic League camp. We got 2 new allies, one of whom will be part of our main party for a long time, probably for the whole ride, which is going to be Regongar, and Octavia, who will be helping for at least a little while. As always, my friends, this will be it for now. I want to thank you all for being here with me in the channel, watching some Pathfinder Kingmaker. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Any questions, suggestions, anything like that, you know what to do. Leave a comment below. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for many more videos coming soon. And I hope to see you all in the next episode. Until then, stay safe, everyone.